Welcome to the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, where tonight someone's season will end while the other moves on. Liam McClinsky had 2 goals last night, bringing his postseason total to 8. McClinsky will try to lead the Crusaders back to the AHA title game for the first time since 2006. Last night's hero for RIT was senior Elijah Gonzalez. The Scarborough, Ontario native scored the game winner in overtime to even this series at 1 and force a third and final game in this semifinal series here tonight. Good evening, I'm Kevin Roach, and welcome to RIT Hockey Pregame Live. Well, it's the most exciting game in all of sports, an elimination game, and that's what we have here tonight, as the Tigers will look to get back to the Atlantic Hockey Championship game for the first time since winning it back in 2016. Game 2 last night, we picked things up in the first period. Under 8 minutes to play, Tigers on their first power play of the night, and finally, they're going to solve Jason Grandy. It had been over 76 minutes until Cody Laskowski scores his 13th of the season. 1-0 RIT after 1. They're on the board after getting shut out in game 1. Second period, almost midway through, the Crusaders breakthrough as Jake Higgins is going to take the shot, and it's going to be deflected in front by Devin Phillips right there. Phillips' 7th goal of the season would even us at 1. Less than 2 minutes later, Matt Kellenberger hanging out at the blue line, fires it in, and Carter Wilkie redirects it, putting the Tigers back in front. Wilkie's family in town from Calgary. He snaps the goalless streak with his 14th, a big one at that. But under 5 minutes to go, Holy Cross with the 2-man advantage, and Liam McClinsky. He's been a monster in the postseason, scores to tie us at 2. The problem was Holy Cross remained on the power play, and just 26 seconds later, oh, you guessed it, McClinsky again, his 8th goal of the postseason, 20th on the year. Holy Cross back in front, 3-2. Under 2 to play in the period. Off the faceoff, Tyler Mahan denied. He goes behind the net and sends it out to Jojo Casero, and Jojo delivers. Number 14 for him. Tigers get it even at 3 for the second straight night. We'd go to overtime, and Team Battaglia had the call.
Guerra walking in. Guerra the backhand for the win. No, it's cut down in front. Hanson Bacata with the block. He leads the charge up the ice. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Morris. Morris. Centering Gonzalez. There it is. Wins it!
Oh, Elijah Gonzalez saves the day for the Tigers for the second straight Saturday. They win in overtime thriller 4-3 as they force a third and final game in this series. For the second time this season, Elijah Gonzalez gets an overtime game-winning goal against Holy Cross. He also scored the game winner against the Crusaders in overtime here on October 29th. Carter Wilkie ending that scoring drought, recording his 14th on the season, his first since January 28th at Holy Cross. He now hit the 40-point plateau this season. Is the 11th Tiger in the Division I era to do it, and Jojo Casero tied for the team lead in goals with Wilkie, but the Tigers blue liner now leads the nation in goals among defensemen. He has 14 as well. Last night marked the 3rd consecutive postseason overtime game for both these teams. Tonight will be their 7th and final meeting of the season, and so far 4 of the 6 have been decided in overtime. As always, we have both teams covered for you. We begin with RIT head coach Wayne Wilson, who's with our John DiTullio. Johnny?
All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Wayne, Kevin was just saying, 6 times you guys have played. 4 have gone to overtime. 5 have been decided by 1 goal. I mean, there's not much separating either one of you teams.
No, and it's evident by, this weekend here when everything's on the line that, both highly contested games both ways. They get the win on Friday. We get the win on Saturday. Now we're down to one single game elimination. So we're happy to be here. I can tell you that after losing Friday night, but we've got our hands full and we've got to play our best here today to close it out.
The team's been resilient all year. They proved that last night. The R word has been the theme and really the anthem all season long for you guys. Yeah, no, we've overcome a lot of adversity throughout the year at different times, and I think that really kind of helps us in these kind of moments here when you really need it, when your season's on the line. I think we've responded really well, and this is our biggest test of the year here, 3rd game in a 3-game series. Take me to overtime. The team came out maybe a little bit flat. Tommy's making saves, and then We know what just happened with the sequence, the block shot, but take me to overtime. Your thoughts when Holy Cross gets 7 shots on Tommy there in the extra session?
Yeah, I think you're right there. I thought we came out a little flat. They came at us and got us on our heels. We take a penalty as well, which is not a good thing to do in overtime. But anyways, but again, we showed our PK came through as it has all year long, and then just a timely goal by Elijah, and we've gotten contributions from everyone in our lineup, and as a proven goal scorer in the past, he came through last night.
All in 2 games, there hasn't been more than a 1-goal difference. So scoring first, I mean, now it sounds cliche. We talked about it last night. How important is it to score first tonight?
I think all the cliches come into factor here. You know, scoring first is something. I mean, who doesn't want to score first? Yeah. But I think just to get that edge, we're trying to wear them down. It is really, well, it's a 9+ period series at this point. But anyways, you know, we want to just continue to finish our checks and stay on top of them, wear them down, make them work to get out of their zone and to create turnovers and try and capitalize on. And last night was a 200-foot kind of a misplay or a block shot. We take it out and away we go. So you just got to keep at it. You got to stick with it because you never know when it's going to happen. And we're going to stay in the fight right till the end.
You looked calm and cool. I was keeping an eye on you last night. You were calm and collected.
So far, so good. We'll see.
That's head coach Wayne Wilson here with RIT for a preview of Holy Cross. Let's send it over to my broadcasting partner, Gene Battaglia. Gino?
All right, thanks, Johnny. Here with head coach Bill Riga. Coach.
Thanks, buddy.
The first goal is important for us tonight, and actually having a better start to the game than we have. But getting better as the game goes on. So I think getting off to a good start and scoring the first goal can help us come over last night a lot faster.
Well, at least your team does have the experience when it comes to facing adversity.
Yeah, I mean, just coming off that, I think maybe playing the extra game could be a factor as it goes on. When the stress that goes into that game 3. And what it takes to overcome some of those nerves. And
Yeah, sorry about that. We're having a little audio issue with Gene and Coach Riga there. Let's talk about the other conference semifinal last night. Niagara and Canisius started an hour late because of the New York State High School Hockey Championships. They ran longer than anticipated. When the puck finally dropped at 8:30 Eastern, the Purple Eagles were looking to eliminate Canisius and advance to its first AHA title game since 2019. Trevor Large and the Griffs. Oh, they responded in a big way last night. We have the highlights from the Harbor Center of Game 2 between Niagara and Canisius. Already up 1-0 late in the first. Canisius on the power play, and they take advantage. Just 16 seconds into it, they convert. Max Kuznetsov would score, and the Griffs were feeling good. They were up by 2 after 1. We head to the second period. Canisius just kept coming. Jackson Decker right in front for the goal by Chad Veltri. They make it a 3-goal lead. Griffs had 2 more. They beat Niagara 5-1 last night to even the series at 1. So there will be a third and final game between the Golden Griffins and Purple Eagles to decide who's moving on to next Saturday's championship game. Face-off at Harbor Center set for 7:05 tonight. Niagara, the only remaining school to have never hoisted the Jack Riley Trophy. Well, still to come here on Pregame Live. John and Gene will rejoin us to share who they believe will be the difference makers here tonight in game number 3. But first, Elijah Gonzalez helped the Tigers live another day as his overtime winner, even this series at 1. The senior will join our Kim Coffey live ringside next as our postseason coverage rolls on from the Gene Policini Center at RIT. It's game 3 of the Atlantic Hockey semifinals between the Tigers and Crusaders at 5:05. So glad you're with us. This is Pregame Live.
Sending it ahead. Shot. Yes! He's pumping his fist. Casero. Scores! JoJo ties it. Morris. Sarah Gonzalez wins it.
Oh, back here on Pregame Live, Tigers will look to complete the comeback tonight. It would be the 4th time in program history they've rallied to win a postseason series after falling behind 1-0. Well, he had gone through a bit of a dry spell, but after a 7-game goalless drought, senior forward Elijah Gonzalez scored his biggest goal of the season last night to keep the Tigers season alive. The Game 2 hero standing by live ringside now with our Kim Coffey. Kim?
Elijah, I just want to take it back to last night really quick. You scored the overtime game-winning goal. Emotions are running high. In the last, well, I should say less than 24 hours, how has the team been feeling? Does it go from relief to excitement? What are you guys feeling heading into tonight?
I mean, honestly, it sounds crazy, but no different than any other day. Obviously, the want is there more than ever because the stakes are high, but we're very level-headed. We got a good group here.
Both of these teams, it's been 3 consecutive overtime games for you guys. How much gas is left in the tank?
For us, we're full. We're good. We're ready to go all night long. We're going all gas tonight. That's our memo for the night.
Like the confidence. What do you guys have to do to get out, score early, score first?
Lots of shots, lots of volume, bodies, pucks to the dirty areas, and just stick to our game plan. You know, they're coached really well over there. They're a good team, and it's like a chess match every night, right? The games are very close, so stay disciplined to our details, and, you know, we'll be fine.
Elijah, thanks so much, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Kevin.
All right, Kim, thank you. In the net for RIT will, of course, be number 30, Tommy Scarfoni tonight. Scarfoni had 24 saves last night, improved to 22, 10, and 1 on the year. He now owns the 2nd highest single-season win total in program history, behind Jared DeMichael, who's had 27 during the Tigers' run to the 2010 Frozen Four. For Holy Cross, number 30, Jason Grandy looked human in Game 2 as he allowed 4 goals a night after recording his first collegiate shutout. The Westchester, Pennsylvania native is now 11, 6, and 1 on the season with a 2.49 goals against average. Meanwhile, RIT has begun spring break, so the Tiger spring sports programs have all made their way to much warmer destinations this week. And it's the RIT baseball team, after sweeping 2 games yesterday. They lost only game they played today in Orlando, Florida. This morning, the Tigers fall 3-1 to Wheaton out of Massachusetts. Tigers now 5-2 on the year. They'll continue their Orlando swing tomorrow. You can keep up with all of your favorite Tiger teams with the RIT Athletics app. You'll find scores, highlights, live broadcasts, and so much more. Stay connected to your Tigers anytime, anywhere by downloading the RIT Athletics app on all your devices listed at the bottom of the screen. Well, still to come on Pregame Live, RIT Associate Head Coach David Salako will join us to break down the Crusaders. Plus, we'll look back on another thrilling finish in this wild series between the Tigers and Crusaders. It's all straight ahead on your home for Tiger hockey. You're watching Pregame Live.
We are helping to heal, entertain, connect, and grow. Once a year, RIT pulls back the curtain and invites you to see creativity on display. April 29th on the RIT campus. We are making our mark on the world, but first it starts here at the Imagine RIT Creativity and Innovation Festival.
Buchanan, 37 seconds remaining in the power play. Wilkie. JoJo back to Aiden Hansen-Buchanan. Moritz setting up front. Luskowski fires! Yeah, scores! The Tigers break through! Cody Luskowski.
Great patience by the Tigers on the power play.
It'll be Petrucci taking the draw against Peterson. Quick shot by Peterson, trying to sneak that by. Scarfoni gets a piece of it. Crusaders holding it in, and they tie it from the corner. That's going to be Higgins with the shot. And the Crusaders have tied it at 1. Can this line give the Tigers some life here? Kellenberger sending it ahead. Shot. Yes! Scores! Carter Wilkie pumping his fist, and the Tigers take back the lead. And breaking it up, a puck right through, and McClinsky on the weak side, and then he jumps right into the corner crew.
Nothing Tommy could do there.
Back up top, Guerra pushing it down low! Oh! Pinballing around, and Holy Cross takes the lead, and again, it's McClinsky. 2 power play goals for the Crusaders in a matter of seconds. Oh, the hand. Couldn't get full wood on it, but the Tigers, Casero, scores! JoJo ties it!
There you go. That loose puck comes right out in front.
Back up top, Oliphant, Guerra walking in, Guerra the backhand for the win. No, it's cut down in front. Hanson Bukata with the block. He leads the charge up the ice. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Morris. Morris, centering Gonzalez. There it is. Wins it!
Gino, there's so many heroes in this extra session. You start with Tommy Scarfoni with several crucial saves to start the extra session. You think of the block shots. You think Carter Wilkie without a stick, able to block a shot. And then here come the Tigers with the push. Great drop pass, and then boom, right to the slot, finish it. That's what you're talking about. Haven't seen many of the rushes here by the Tigers. They executed to perfection. And the Tigers live to see Game 3.
Oh, that is the case in both semifinal series as we take a look at the Atlantic Hockey playoff picture. RIT hoping to win tonight and host the title game next Saturday. If Holy Cross wins, they would visit the winner of tonight's other semifinal between Niagara and Canisius. They get started in Buffalo tonight at 7:05. As we welcome you back inside the Gene Policini Center here at RIT, where you're watching RIT Hockey pregame live, presented by Taylor the Builders, as we continue our countdown to puck drop of Game 3 of the Atlantic Hockey semifinals between RIT and Holy Cross coming up tonight at 5:05. Well, RIT has now played in 16 overtime Atlantic Hockey postseason games, and with last night's victory, the Tigers are now 10-6 in those contests. As we bring in John and Gene, and guys, the Tigers found a way to get this series even last night. They did a lot of the little things you have to do to win in the postseason, including blocking 22 shots.
That they did, Kevin, and we are happy to have a Game 3 tonight, and happy to be joined by the associate head coach, Dave Insulaco. And when it comes to the intangibles, as Kevin just said, Dave, your team did all those things last night that may not have shown up in the score sheet, but certainly led to a win.
Yes, we did all the little things right, and that's what we're going to need to do tonight if we want to play in a championship game next weekend. It comes down to us earning it.
Dave, you're out shooting them 81-50 in this series, but both games decided by 1 goal. Is it just not taking advantage of those grade A looks, or do you want to see more grade A looks? Getting 81 shots in 2 games, the offense has been there for you guys.
I like our volume. We're getting a lot of good grade A looks. I thought the first night we just shot it into the goalie, and give him credit. He came up with saves when he needed to. And last night we were fortunate to make 1 extra play and get the game-winning goal. But we've played them 6 times, and 4 times we've gone to overtime. So the series has been tight, and it's been hard fought, and I expect the same this evening.
Yeah, when you're facing the 1-3-1 and they're clogging up the neutral zone, what's the key to gaining the zone there, Dave?
We got to get pucks deep. We got to manage the puck, and then we got to get on the forecheck and turn pucks over, and then counterattack off those turnovers.
Dave, is there more of a focus on McClinsky? It seems like every time there's an opportunity, he's there for a goal. Yeah. What's the going in? Just extra attention paid towards number 10?
No, we just need to play to our identity and stick with what's gotten us to this point. He's really hot right now. Hopefully he doesn't get many chances tonight.
Dave, appreciate your time. Go get him tonight.
Thanks.
Dave Insulaco, the associate head coach here at RIT, and yeah, 20 goals on the season for McClinsky. He is certainly somebody.
Gino, every time there's a loose puck or there's an open net, he's there. He has been really a one-man band for the Crusaders. He's had an incredible postseason against AIC, and he's been sensational in the first 2 games against the Tigers.
Yeah, victim of some bad puck luck, though, our player to watch tonight. Jack Ricketts, not 1 but 2 hit posts last night.
Think about maybe a different outcome. We're not here tonight if both of those goals or both of those shots find the net rather than hitting the post. But Jack Ricketts always around the puck. Last night had an assist in one of the goals, but you're right. 2 shots off the post could have been a different outcome for the Crusaders.
And our player to watch for RT really should be everybody, all 19 guys dressing. But we just want to point out Aiden Hanson Bukata, because on that game-winning goal, that doesn't happen if he doesn't block the shot.
No, him blocking shot, that him and JoJo, they logged a lot of ice time last night. I mean, they're the anchors certainly in that blue line. A big block shot that starts to rush the other way. you need your leaders to step up. Number 23 came up big at the biggest moment last night.
Yeah, John, what do you think has to happen here tonight?
Well, I think when you start looking at the breakdown, you got to watch the have to watch the cherry picking. That's how Holy Cross is going to try to hit that home run pass. We've seen them. That's been kind of in their MO. I think it's going to be another one-goal game. Why not? They've played 6 times. 5 have been decided by 1 goal. 4 have gone to overtime. I don't expect anything less tonight.
Kevin, playoff hockey. This has been a fantastic series, and we're excited to bring this to you. Puck drop at 5:05.
No question. They got to pay attention, the Tigers do, to McClinsky tonight and get traffic like they did in front of Grandy. And we'll see if they can move on to the championship game next Saturday night. Well, we are now less than about 10 minutes away from face-off. We'll wrap things up from here next. You're watching Pregame Live.
Welcome to your new work life. A space to meet, be inspired, and get work done. In the center of downtown Rochester at Innovation Square. Get ready for breathtaking views, top-notch amenities, and irreplaceable service. There is now a professional space for you to call your own at Serendipity Labs Co-working.
Does end tonight, and hopefully the way the first 2 games have gone, it won't disappoint either, as we have witnessed 2 thrilling overtime so far in this series. We're back with you here on Pregame Live. Introductions underway as we are rapidly approaching puck drop here tonight. Hey, if the Tigers are fortunate enough to win this evening, the Atlantic Hockey Championship game would be right here at the Gene Policini Center next Saturday night against Niagara or Canisius. If RIT wins, tickets for the championship game will go on sale tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. at the Policini Center box office and online at rittickets.com. Well, after all the hype, all the build-up, it all comes down to this one final game to determine who moves on and who goes home. If the first 2 games are any indication, we're in for another classic. Enjoy it. Game 3 of the Atlantic Hockey semifinals between RIT and Holy Cross begins right now.